Hey guys, so let's go out for a little bit. I just want to show you what I'm doing here. So it takes a lot of time. You wouldn't even believe how many hours I've been sitting here doing this. It's now 12:30. I was going to take the day off and just keep doing it all day long. So I'm just organizing. I have 50,000 pictures just from this summer to go through and put them in categories. Mostly what I'm doing now is just taking the best, here's the best X, like things like that, and just putting them where they should be. My Trident folder, things like that. It's just very consuming. Look at that. How can anyone look at one of those pictures and not understand that they're not very smart? I don't understand it. It's an amazing thing. That's the only one that's not mine. I just love that one. I keep posting that with my Trident pictures because I'm hoping the person that took it will say, "Hey, that's my picture." That's all I want. I'm trying to get their attention. Let's go see what's outside. So the reason I'm doing this is because I literally just stood up. I grabbed my camera. I'm like, sorry, hit the button. These two are. This is the new horse from Texas, and this is the girl that one that's chasing her actually killed a horse. This one killed one of her other horses. I'd put a picture in, but I don't want you to see her dead. Horrible. She's so mean. That's actually a male, but he's much smaller, but he can handle himself. You can see he's not intimidated. He's going over to eat. And she'll come in and she'll chase him out again. But she's got to be careful with her. I hear a low-flying plane. Where is that? Oh, it's a helicopter. See if is it my twin diesel? I can never find it with my eyes. It's impossible to see with your eyes. There it is. Like my eyes in the camera. I think that's a commuter helicopter. I don't know why they all insist on going exactly the same way. They all go to where the UFOs go. I had a troop transport. Oh, you know what? I'll put that up. You guys might have seen that already. Troop transport just passed right over me. I mean, he went right over top. Pretty cool. Not that, it has anything to do with what I'm doing. It's just that he was right. Literally, it was unbelievable. Sorry, this is terrible. There you go. He was right there. But I was just here, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, and that structure wasn't here. Look at that structure. So, if they're not in the snow, they were here just really recently, and that's a beautiful X, with a bunch of stuff underneath it, bends all around it, more here, there's triples there. That was all done. New spot right there. Recently. So he just built that, and then when the snow came, he's like, okay, bye. And that was one slippery road. So I could easily go. What I'm doing is probably getting up here for one of the last times. They're going to close this soon. And so I could go. There's a lot of places that have no snow yet, but I'm going way up today. First of all, it's pretty, and I want to get up here while I can, because I'm going to see if I can get into some of my spots. I can go where the 50 seats are, and see if there's any activity there. See, because they're not going to just come out and sit in the snow. No one. I don't think. I am using common sense, but I really don't think anything likes to sit in the snow. Anything. I know things do, but I think if they had the choice, they'd rather sit it's a nice comfortable grass. The elk and stuff don't seem to mind, but even an elk, I'm sure, look, isn't that amazing? That's where the baby rock was born. This rock was, and then look at the top. I don't know if I ever noticed that. Right there behind that is where the baby was being shown. It was on display. My rock's gone. Oh, they left another one in its place. No, they turned it sideways. You know what? I'm going to get this because someone's going to steal this. That's where the baby was, right there. And the perch is right in there. This has changed dramatically. Like someone cut some trees on the side of the road. They turned it down. Look at that. What are the chances, you guys? Oh, because it's not. Oh, I get it. Look. This is where I put the rock back. That better be the rock. Yeah, that's it. I'm taking it. I try to take it back. You got to see this rock when it's wet. It's a perfect Sasquatch, and it was the baby, and I left it there for them this year. And then, is that it? They left a different one? This better be it, because mine has writing on it and stuff. Is that not the rock, you guys? That's crazy. Hold on a second. I don't want anyone seeing me. I don't think anyone's up here, but they're going to be like, what is this guy? I'm not, that's too self-conscious, but that's got to be the rock. I can't tell. Is it the rock? No. It looks like it. They found another one and took the real one. You guys, this is a duplicate. I'm not kidding. Why would they give me a duplicate? You guys, I'm not messing around. That rock went untouched for, I don't know, a month or two. Just sitting right there. This is the way I left it. I came back this time and it was turned sideways. So I figured, oh, you probably heard me figuring out as I was getting out of the car. I thought, they're like, hey, Mark, it's no mas. You put it down, no more. The baby, so don't put it up because then you're saying there's a baby here. They put it sideways. I go to get it, it's not the same rock. They try to trick me? Or they don't want me to have the real rock because the real rock has like Sasquatch writing on it. There's like an X on it, there's something else, like there's like stuff on that rock and it is not there. Do they really get me a different one? Oh look, there's marks. That one. They get me a different one. You know what? Sidetrack from the 50 seats. Let's go down here. This is where I see this bear, this big bear. Not the one I filmed the other day. This is another one. Whoa. I gotta be careful here. Because nope, nothing. I got deer. This is just a great place to see what's going on. You guys gotta see the timestamps I got in there. Let's do that really quick. Remember, that's where the elk is? There's a dead elk. There was a dead elk in there. You guys, you got to see them when I was doing the elk video. You got to see these supreme beings, like sitting in those bushes, like not sitting in there, but like standing there. No, let's go up. I got another great spot. You know what? Give me like 3 minutes. Hold on. So here's a spot I've been watching on some quad trips, on being up here a few times. I had a bunch of people up this road. And then look, this is all new. They constantly do things here, and they're coming across from this big giant Bigfoot world I do above, like behind me, the opposite way. And then look, it's so obvious, you guys. Look what's left, right? Look how weird. You know, it's the same weird every time, right? And then fall more weird, and then it's like a trident at the top even. All of these trees, as always, together come uphill. See them all? There's like a bunch of them. And then you got there's like something bent underneath it. Now this is so important. You know, it doesn't matter how many times you've seen this. If I can't figure it out, we need to keep seeing it, because I see this all the time, and I'm not figuring out why they keep adding and why they decided to do this. See how that one? Look at the triangle, right? This is how you know it's just so blatant, and then it's stuck underneath all of that, just like every other one we ever see. And then see it. Look, even this one comes up into the tree. So they come up for a reason, because they always do that. It's like something they're taught. It's a way to get the energy or whatever. It's just, I can't figure that part out. I can't even make up something. TP structures, there's a power thing going on right here. And it's brand new. Look at the clump right there. There's just no coincidence going on right here, you guys. I promise. There's just no coincidence. And they keep adding and adding and adding. And up here is unbelievable. I've never wanted to go back in there. I was in there for like 8 or 9 hours. It was crazy in there. And they do all these. And it's like no one even saw the video, you guys. There's amazing videos just sitting there from years ago, just sitting there with like 2,000 or 3,000 views. No one's seen them. Go check them out. Like if you're new to the channel, you got to go back. Sorry, I just wanted to find a place to turn around. So you can see there's even right there. It's brand new. They're really moving across the street. And because I've been watching here, because up there is one of the craziest places that's a fully complete, square mile giant Bigfoot world. And then across the street, like you have your little signs, but now they're really starting to build it up. I'm trying to figure out like why, why the structures, why, did they do more? Like they're not doing it for fun. It's not a fun. They do it because they have to do it. That's my opinion. Right up here is an amazing place. Because they have to do it. It completes, you'd be surprised. Like maybe because, all of this whole area is gridded together, like bigger than you could imagine, which creates, an illusion or which, hides something that's really there, things like that. I'm just making that stuff up. I don't know, but just giving you ideas of like what. It's actually like 3 or 4 inches of snow here. Of what, the way you have to think, in some of these situations. Like just think outside the box basically, because I'm not kidding you guys. These supreme beings live up here. I mean, whatever they are. I just like to I like to give nicknames, but they're not really what we're looking for, like what we're researching, and they are involved with them. I've known for 5 years, but I can't really tell you because some of you know, some of you've seen, but you just can't. You can't explain it to the world. It's impossible to explain it to the world. So I always wanted to go right up there. It's just a steep initial climb. Right in here. These guys can just be where they want. They don't just have to walk through the snow to be there either. They sure seemed interested when I was telling the elk story, though. And they were right in these trees somewhere. That thing's still pointing at the... There's that X still. And that thing was still pointing right where the elk was. Couldn't figure it out. Bear with us to the tiki structure. I want to see. This was cool because this was done this year. I mean, I found it already at the beginning of the year and already went in and everything. I didn't go that far in, but I got some great timestamps down below. You don't always have to go 20 miles to to get the ultimate. Sometimes they're all right where you go in. You just don't know it. I got a really good one back there. Really close here too. Like it wasn't far. that was cool. They did a whole situation there. I'm fine. I'm still breaking up from. Well, it's the change of weather and nicotine. I'm doing good, you guys. I have a piece of gum in my mouth now, but man, I barely use it now. I'd use 2 or 3 pieces a day. I gotta call this like where the snow doesn't melt, which is already where we are. So right here, I mean, gosh, there's already. It looks to be about 6 inches or so. Go with 5 inches maybe. I don't exaggerate snowfall because I plowed snow for 25 years. I had my own company for at least 20 years plowing snow. Used to pray for snow. Now I was telling my dad the other day, isn't that funny? My parents would be like, "Oh, we're praying for snow for you," because like I wouldn't make it through the winter if it didn't snow, and with the trucks and stuff. And now it's completely the opposite. Like I like it and all, but it feels good to be in it a little bit and not have that responsibility of all those people to get them out of their house. But I don't really want to do this in too much snow because they act differently. in the snow. I don't know what the deal is, and that's kind of one of the reasons I'm up here, trying to figure out, why do you get one little set of footprints somewhere? Well, it could be big feet, but it's one set, and they seem to be moving. Where if you go to their main areas, it doesn't seem. I don't get to them that often. That's the thing. But let's see. I want to go to this one place I can access all these seats. It's the other ones. I want to see if there's anything there. Wait a second. One of the things I do think about the winter here is, it's hard to speak about places that are warm all year and stuff like that. Like, they don't have to work as hard. Maybe that's why it's so good here, because they got to do so much work. During this 6 months of the year just to get through the winter here, something like that. So when the snow gets here, that's when they don't come up as much. But then again we get these timestamps. Like in the winter they'll be right there. I don't know, man. It is cold. I just have a sweatshirt on. Let's go see what happens. Give me a sec. All right, so wow, they have really done a lot here. I came to one of my favorite spots. It's easy. I just came with my sweatshirt, my gun, and my camera. It's a 5-minute walk, and you're on these seats. These are like I call them 50 seats. It might be more. And I came right to that. I was like, what? I got a great idea. Because I know as soon as because I think I don't know what they do in the winter, Even though I'll go like this, now or over the winter, and we'll get them over the, not pareidolia, but we'll actually get them, it's weird. Here's a great point I wanted to make. So here, this is a giant pile of their fresh pine cones, right? Looks like one little something, squirrel maybe. It's got 3 toes. Rabbit, looks like. I can't tell. It could be a squirrel or a chippy. Or that. Look at that totem pole. But what I was going to say is, you can see this pile it changes daily. It's a huge, you can't tell, but that's all fresh eaten. Pine, the leftover from the pine cones. The pine nuts were eaten, and they throw the rest over. So here's our local squirrel. He came in, did a little tiny bit since it snowed. I believe a squirrel did that. But it shows you how little, it would never accumulate. He could do that 1,000 more times, and by the time he did it 1,000 times, the 950 of it would be gone already. He can't accumulate. And the point I'm trying to make is, it's pretty amazing, right? Because they do that all year long. It snowed, so they haven't come out. They're not actively out. And one little squirrel. It just shows you how those piles get there in the summertime. That's what I'm trying to say. I have no idea what I'm trying to say, but that's what I'm trying to say. There is disturbances. It's real weird. Look at that totem pole. I don't know if I remember that or not. That's new back there for sure, right there. There's a lot going on here, and I don't remember, I won't remember everything, but I definitely know they're doing that extra. That's the amazing thing, is that I come in here. If I could get a whistle today, that'd be great. I don't know, I'm in this spot 5 to 7 times a year because it's so easy to access for me. It's way, way up here, but the walking is easy. Just walk right over. And, they continuously do stuff. So in other words, my appearances here are just meaningless. They could care less what I think or what I see, or worried about me coming back and seeing more. They just don't care. Look at it. Let's try that. So it's kind of pretty. Really cold. It's really cold. I get this distinct feeling that they're up there. Let me see if I can't get a view up there. Just like back here, it's just where all the big pine trees are. They're in their melted spot. They all have a melted spot. It's probably hard to find, and I have a feeling if you start getting too close to it, they might push you off somehow. All right, it's really cold. I can't believe it. You guys, it feels like it's the middle of the winter up here. It's got to be 30, and it's cold. There's no sun in there. Here we go, some sun. Nice. I go to the Melted Bigfoot Worlds. You guys, I'll put it in again right here. I put it in recently. The one that Jill found. I'll put it in again to show you that how they're in snow. But if they all of a sudden it reduces, and that way they don't have to worry about one area. That's my opinion so far. It's what I'm making up. I gotta come up with an answer. That's it so far. I'm not making it up. I think this is some valor to it. Star structure right there. All right, over now. So I think I have two theories of the snow. That's all they are. We're like, why aren't they just walking around in the snow? Well, some are. You can see there's tons of footprints while it was snowing. I get that a lot. Like, all right, it's snowing, we gotta go now. Let's get our stuff or whatever. Like, I don't know. And then, so it's either they have, like I said, in the middle of all the big spots or whatever, they all have this one area they go to. In the winter, it reduces. They don't want to be up as long during the really cold hours. Even though I think the cold is different for them than us. Like, they can handle it better. Or they all go down, like I can show you, down. You go down and, that's where all those giant rocks are and where we get the timestamps. In the summer of them walking on the, that's what I don't understand. So this is nice with the snow. Some parts it's not because it's all muddy and it's the opposite, but like this. But man, once you get to the 6 inches of snow, it's great. I'm trying. You guys got to see some of the structures that I've been seeing, like that are new. Some of the new stuff. Like, that's why I don't get. Like, if it's new, why wasn't anything ever built there before? Why is it just now? I don't get it. You know what I mean? Like, if it's new, I don't know. Is there more of them? Are they getting ready? They're coming to get you guys. I'm fine. They're just gonna be like, Mark, watch this. Be like, no, don't hurt them. Whatever you do, don't hurt anybody that was on Patreon. You're all safe, I promise. I'm gonna put in at least I'm gonna put in the good word for you. Maybe they'll make it quick. I'm just kidding. All right, so let me show you. This has been my little secret for a while. I told Callie. See that? That's how they mark. Wow, look at the footprints. Are footprints there? What has been disturbed there? Because these guys walk all over. Look, someone's been messing with that. Maybe not, but it looked like it. Well, that's how they mark that. I showed Callie. I was like, you see that? That's how they do it there. It's never moved. It's never changed in the last 2 years. They if anything, just added a stick or two to it, and it shows you they're there. Right here. Ignore the music. This is not my station. That's interesting. I'll tell you, like you can't lose doing this kind of a video right here, like just when you're zooming, because that's to me. I mean, if you're like me, like if you just think that's cool, like forget about this subject altogether. And it's just the rocks are just really cool. It actually does jog in, doesn't it? And believe it or not, that's like the forefront of where they live. And there's their sign, and then see. Let's check these. I never do look in those. Probably not much. Just like all the other rock ones, no one does anything when they live in there. I love up there because it's so deceiving. It's so deep. You see this? It makes it look like it's all real flat, but that stuff's actually, you know, taller than me and you. Some of it's like 15, 20 feet tall, just right there. And these are all spots. I'll tell you, when I'm in the area now, they know. I just know they know. They know when anyone's in the area, but they know for sure when I'm here. Right, guys? Tell him. He's like, dude, he's right there again. He's zooming again. Be careful. That's amazing. Anyway, let me go.